When your cat sleeps beside you, it looks ordinary. A warm shape curled at your feet, a soft, rhythmic purr, the lightest twitch of a paw. Most people file it under "they're cold" or "they like the spot." That easy explanation fits the surface, but it doesn't explain the choice. Cats are cautious by design. Sleep is when vulnerability is highest. So why pick a creature 15 times your size who moves oddly and breathes differently? The quieter answer is this. Choosing to sleep next to you is a deliberate surrender of defenses. It's a tiny, nightly vote of confidence. In that stillness, your cat offers more than warmth. It offers trust, and that changes everything. When your cat pads up and settles by your side, most people shrug and say they're warm or they just like the bed. That surface answer is comfortable, but it leaves a gap. Cats are not careless. They are built to be wary. They choose hiding places, narrow ledges, spots with clear exits. So the fact that they keep coming back to your chest or the crook of your knees suggests something else is at work. Beneath the fluff and the purr is a careful assessment. Your scent, your breathing, the rhythm of your pulse, the cadence of your steps, all invisible signals your cat reads like a map. Those small, constant cues tell them whether you are steady, predictable, trustworthy. Choosing to sleep beside you isn't a random convenience. It's a private verdict. You are safe. And once you see it that way, every nightly visit starts to feel less like habit and more like a quiet vote of confidence. If you pay close attention, the little acts add up. The stare into an empty corner, the sudden wakefulness at 3 a.m., the paw pressed gently against your chest. Most people write these off as quirks or odd timing. They're being weird, we say, and move on. But here is the turning point. Those moments are not random noise. They are precisely tuned signals. Your cat is reading a layer of the world you never learned to hear. They feel tremors in the floor, catch flashes of ultraviolet light, track the heat of your body, and sense tiny changes in your breath and scent. Once you accept that your cat perceives things you cannot, the relationship flips. You stop thinking the cat is aloof and start realizing they're attentive in ways that matter deeply to you. And if you keep listening, you'll discover something even more important waiting in the dark. You've probably noticed small, ordinary scenes. Your cat rubs their head against your hand, curls at the foot of the bed, chooses the spot by your head, or unexpectedly sprawls belly up on the couch. Most people file these away as pet behavior or random preference. It's easy to think each action is just comfort or habit, nothing more. But look closer. When a cat falls asleep beside you, it's first and foremost a sign of trust. They do not drop their guard lightly. When they press their cheek to your skin and leave that faint, oily scent, most owners call it affection. A deeper reading is that they are claiming you as part of their group, blending your smell with theirs so the world and other animals know you belong together. Position matters too. Head, feet, flank, each spot tells a story. Near your head to watch your breathing, at your feet to stand guard of exits, along your spine to be close to your warmth and rhythm. Posture is a language. Curled tight means cautious trust. Full sprawl, belly exposed means complete safety. Even their timing, falling asleep when you do, now is not coincidence. Cats adjust to your rhythm. They sync little parts of their day to yours because being near you is worth reshaping their own instincts. Each tiny moment becomes a sentence in a longer, private conversation. Every scent mark, every chosen spot, every exposed belly is a line that reads, "I trust you enough to be myself." Hold that quietly. It changes a sleepy cat into a confidant who chooses you nightly. Watch a week of ordinary evenings and you'll see the pattern. A nudge at the ankle on Mondays, a steady presence on the chair when you're tired, a louder purr on days you come home downcast. Most owners call these coincidences cute timing or temperamental quirks, but those small, repeated acts are the stitches of something larger, an emotional bond being woven in real time. Your cat reads your micro movements, the change in your breath when you're anxious, the softer tone you use when you're calm. They remember where you leave your keys, when you hesitate at the door, which side of the bed you prefer. Over weeks, months, that memory becomes expectation. Expectation becomes comfort. Comfort becomes care. They aren't merely nearby, they're synchronized. That quiet attunement means your cat's presence is a living mirror of your inner life. And once you notice it, the trivial things, choosing your lap, patrolling your hallway, feel less like randomness and more like devotion. You've seen the routine now, the nightly cuddle, the careful scent marking, the way your cat times its naps with yours. Most people treat those things like wallpaper, comforting, easy to ignore. They'll come back, we tell ourselves when a cat skips a night. That casual shrug is exactly what costs many owners the chance to help their cat sooner. There's a different, clearer reading. When these small rituals stop or shift, they are messages, not moods. A cat that used to sleep at your shoulder and now hides under the bed is not being petty. A cat that used to greet you and now flinches at your hand may be in pain. A cat that suddenly becomes clingy after months of independence might be anxious or sensing something you don't. Most people assume it's just a phase, but often it's the first line of a sentence that says, "Something is wrong." Why does this happen? The deeper reasons are practical and tender at once. Physical discomfort, arthritis, dental pain, internal illness can make formerly loved contact unbearable. Subtle changes in the environment, a new person, a remodeled room, a neighbor's dog, can make a safe place feel unsafe. And emotional shifts in the household, grief or stress, ripple through the scents and rhythms your cat relies on. Because cats tune to tiny cues, even small disturbances add up and change their choices. The meaningful part is this: noticing the difference is a form of care. When you pay attention to the pattern, you give yourself the chance to respond. A quiet vet visit, a softened routine, a deliberate rebuilding of safety. Don't wait for the crisis. The daily smalls are where your cat is already speaking. Your job is simply to listen and act. That attention is not indulgence. It's the same currency your cat used when they chose to sleep beside you in the first place. There comes a moment when the pattern stops being small and starts feeling like a decision. You realize the nightly visits, the gentle nudges, the way your cat times their breathing to yours. None of it is selfish or incidental. Most people keep believing the old story. They want warmth, or they're just comfortable. Those explanations soften the truth into something harmless and easy to ignore. But the deeper reading flips the script. When your cat sleeps beside you, it isn't primarily about them at all, it's about you. They are choosing to place their vulnerability where they sense your steadiness. That paw on your chest that wakes you at dawn isn't a demand, it's a check of your pulse. That slow blink at your sleeping face isn't sleepy boredom, it's a silent blessing. In their quiet way, they are saying, "You are the place I can be unguarded." That shift changes the nature of the relationship. You are no longer only the provider of food and shelter. You become the container of their calm. And because trust is reciprocal, their choice asks something of you too, to recognize the weight of that trust and to protect it. When you accept that your cat's closeness is a gift rather than a convenience, everything you do, the way you move, the way you speak, the small rituals you keep, becomes a promise kept on both sides. By now, the small acts have a shape. The nudge at midnight, the slow blink, the chosen corner at your feet. Most people shrug and call it habit or convenience or cat logic, harmless and meaningless. But the more honest reading is quieter and heavier. Your cat's closeness is not a default setting. It is a decision made again and again. They lower their guard in your presence. They press their scent into your world. They time their sleep to your breath. That repeated decision is the most powerful message they can give. Here's the last, sharp thing to hold. When a cat falls asleep beside you, they are not choosing a mattress or filling a warm spot. They are choosing a life in which, for a few hours, they are unarmed and unafraid. That choice costs them something in the safety of constant vigilance, and it gifts you something in return, an intimate trust that asks for protection, steadiness, and care. So treat it like the offer it is. Keep your movements gentle. Let your home be predictable. Notice when the pattern changes. Protect the quiet trust they give you every night. Simple truth, plain and true. Your cat doesn't sleep beside you because they need a place to lie. They do it because they chose you.